And that's the only game he played in he got the medal.
They blamed Lewis when they lost the cup final, didn't they, for a disputed goal? The ball was supposed to have been over the byline. 1-0.
Right, yeah.
Cardiff, wasn't it? It's the only time that the FA Cup went out of England.
Yeah, that's right.
I remember listening to that on the radio.
Peter Kryper's still around the area as well.
Is he?
Yeah,
he
he's down in Bexley. I spoke to his son. Managed to, I looked up in the book because I heard he was living down there, and his son's actually living there now. But he hasn't retired yet. He's still working.
Is he?
He's not. I don't think he's connected with football, but he's still working. But
Peter.
His son's going to sort of pass over some details about this as well.
Yeah.
We'll get him to write a bit as well.
But, his brother's ill, isn't he? He's in hospital. He couldn't
Who,
attend
Ted?
the cup final. Ted
Kroger?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, they
He
gave it
couldn't,
out
that's right.
during the cup final.
He was never such a good player as his
No,
brother.
he was a reserve.
No, he was in and out of the
He was
time.
with Charlton as well, wasn't he? His brother?
Hey?
His brother was with
Yeah,
Charlton.
that's
Oh yeah, Ted
He got very
half,
bad.
ring half.
Very bad injury in the during the war. It was in the RAF, and the plane came down, crashed. He was air crew, and he managed to get out, and he crawled for about 2 miles to get help for 2 broken ankles.
Oh, God.
And he got this mention in dispatches or something or other. And, I remember this story. And he was able to save the rest of the crew that was in the plane. I don't know if he was a navigator or he wasn't a pilot. Navigator or an air gunner or
Not
something.
been a rear gunner.
This is Ted Kroger.
Yeah, Ted.
Ted,
Williams. And
Do you remember old George Armitage, Percy?
Yes. He was an amateur, wasn't he?
Amateur.
Yes, he was an amateur.
Yeah.
But the best amateur I remember, I keep telling them, Tricker. Do you remember Tricker?
Oh, Tricker.
Centre forward, schoolmaster,
Of course he was.
amateur.
Tricker, of course. I forgot.
They used to come from all over London to watch Tricker.
Oh, yes.
People did just to watch him because they reckoned he was so good.
That's right, Tricker. I forgot
An
Tricker.
amateur.
Oh, he was a good player.
Oh, he was a good player.
They used to have some good amateurs around in them days.
Yeah.
Birmingham clubs, didn't they? Bernard
Yeah.
Joy played for the Arsenal, and Charlton had another amateur, didn't they? Played an Irish fellow. He came from the
Wasn't he a little
team-
dumpy fella?
team that played at the Oval, Pegasus.
Oh, Pawson.
Tony Paulson.
Tony Pawson.
That's
He
right.
writes on one of the guys,
Correspondent, isn't he, for a newspaper?
Yes.
Mm.
He was the
He was
Tony
an international,
He was, yes, he was
amateur international.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't have remembered him.
Paulson, yeah.
Paulson.
And then had Stewart, who went pro with the MCC team to Australia on their last tour. Stewart.
What's his first name? Mark, isn't it?
What's his...
Stuart, S-E-W, not
Yeah.
Stuart, Mickey Stewart.
Mickey Stewart. He played a few games inside forward.
Yes.
Amateur.
He was a good
Well, he
amateur.
won the cricketer, was he?
Yeah.
Yes, the
Yeah.
cricketer.
Cricketer,
played for Surrey.
I'll play with Surrey.
Mickey
Yeah,
Stewart.
Tottenham. I remember that.
Yeah.
Well, they had a few cricketers, didn't they? Hipkin,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
he was one, wasn't
Wrist,
he?
Yeah,
wrist,
wrist.
cricketer. Frank
Yeah,
Wrist.
and who was the
Frank
other New
Wrist.
Zealander that played for Essex? Not the New Zealand, South African.
Leary. played
Leary.
for-
Larry
Yeah.
played for Kent
Yeah, he played for Kent
and Olin.
and Olin, yeah.
That's
Olin
right.
played
They
for
had
the. He got a test. I went up and saw him when he played at the Oval. He played for South Africa when he went back home.
Did he?
Olin, yes,
Olin
he,
did,
yes, he
yeah.
was a test
They
cricketer.
could turn out a fairly good cricket team because they played in
Yeah.
some of these charities.
Yeah, that's right, they played
Yeah.
him, yeah.
And they were able to turn out.
Kamani was
good.
quite a good
Oh,
cricketer.
Famani.
Yeah, Kamani, that's right.
Now, there was a bit of trouble with Famani, wasn't there? Didn't he come back there to Charlton?
His manager.
Something, yes.
His manager,
He
yeah.
didn't last very long,
Didn't
did
last
he?
very long.
No, he
No.
came back to
No.
manage.
Jack Shreve used to play cricket as well.
Who?
Jack Shreve.
I understand Grit's quite a good
Yeah,
cricketer. He
Grit,
plays
useful
every Sunday.
cricketer.
Grit's a useful cricketer.
He's about the longest serving player, isn't he?
10 years,
Yeah,
gets a
still
testimonial,
playing.
doesn't he,
Oh,
next
yes,
year?
he's
Do they?
testimonial
I was
this year.
surprised at it. But that was right, because I asked my son, you know, we were, well, I know it was right, it was in the paper, and in that book,
signing first.
I asked him when the Charlton Knights got down to the 3rd Division. And he got it. He said, because they've been down before in about 1975.
Oh, yeah, we couldn't.
But we couldn't
surprised.
the surprise it was so late. It was 1980 Percy. They've been down, but they've been down straight up again.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
I can remember that. That was when Shaw and Madden and them were playing.
And this other fellow at the back where we can't trace.
Well, so I don't think my son can think of it.
Well,
Berry played a lot of back
Percy
those
played
days.
half back and he played.
He called out to his son, my grandson, on the phone, that he got any programs at that time. He's already got one of those from the Junior Reds. One of the petitions.
He's got one of those as well, has he?
Forms, yes. I said, well, I said I was going to get him a form. Oh, he said, I've got one. Going to get you to sign. I said, oh, I signed today.
Well, if you want to take any of these, I've got some more copies here. You want to
Okay,
take some of these, Percy? Take a couple?
Well, I'll take one.
I'll get my other son to sign. He's coming in tonight. I must
I'll get my
remember.
friends.
Get his wife to sign too, and my wife.
Yeah, I'll get them.
Although she's not.
Well, my wife hates it.
Sorry, Mum.
Well, does she?
Well, she's had 4 brothers who were footballers.
That's what I get.
She's had 4 sons of a football man. Me a football man, because when we get together, oh, glory be. Can't we have something other conversation on football? When you get together, all we get is football.
Yeah, that's what we get. Yeah, and when I come over here, I get a black look.
Oh, she's keen on me to come to this because
Oh, she's all right, mate. Anything to do with Charlton out.
no, she's keen enough. She was instrumental. Well, my son was instrumental. He got in touch with Andy about it, and she thought it'd be a good thing for me to get out there and something to interest me because she knows how much I like it. And love old Charlton.
Thanks, Percy.
Yeah, that's because I've liked it too much. That's what my wife reckons.
Sadly, I always tune into LBC.
When the son-in-law, the grandsons come over, it's all football, like, you know. Oh, shut up.
Because they took the mic out of the other Saturday when we were listening anxiously, and we were all listening anxiously for the result of the Chelsea game.
I took her to Charlton once, and I had a mate with me, like, and we were there, like, and she had a book, she read a book all the night, but when they scored, my mate got hold of the book and stuck it right up in the air.
Was she annoyed with that, was she?
Oh, and another time, I don't know about this much, her brother took her up to see the Arsenal, and she said that there was some fellas round swearing, like anything, like, you know. So her brother said to these fellas, do you mind holding up as women here? Women ought to be bloody home cooking greens. That's the answer. So that's turned her off football.
What about your son, Percy? When did you start taking him down?
God, dear, he's working like, you know.
How old was he?
He's given up going down, like, you know, Charlton finished. He's 52.
How old was he when you first took him down there?
Oh, I can't remember. He was never over keen. No, he's never over keen, like, you know. He was more keen on doing paper round and getting money. That's than going to watch a football match.
Did I tell you that my youngest son, he was, well, the rest of the family said, no, you mustn't go near the Tottenham game because he was going to go to the Tottenham game. He hasn't been so often these days. He still takes an interest in it, but when I heard he was going, no, you don't you haven't seen them score for the last 10 games he'd been, never seen them score. And anyway, so much so that he was persuaded not to go, he didn't go.
And they scored.
When they played Tottenham the other, what was it, Easter Monday, wasn't it?
No, it's May Day.
By May Day.
That's right,
Yeah. That was a good game, that was actually. I went down to that one as well. It was, but the week after the Chelsea match.
No, that was dreadful. See, Chelsea got through against Blackburn.
Yeah, I was
surprised.
quite disappointed about that. Actually.
You know, they're going to get through against Middlesbrough.
I know, I was listening to Middlesbrough, that was a great game, I reckon. I was listening to it last night.
Yeah, I saw best part of that, but I didn't stop up for the Chelsea one.
Middlesbrough, there was that number 5. He was cracking in some good shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I think Chelsea will have a tougher game against them than what they did against Blackburn.
Well, I thought they'd had a tough game because
Blackburn walks over
they duffed them a wall up, didn't they, Blackburn?
Yeah.
Blackburn have been very unlucky actually because they were top of the league for so long.
Archibald or Dealers.
Yeah, they both played last night, didn't they? Didn't play any other
Archibald
match.
played.
They didn't play any other game.
I can imagine when Chelsea do stay up, they play Charlton next season. It's going to be a bit of bad feeling down there.
Yeah.
There always has been a bit of bad feeling between Chelsea and...
Because they
the last match down there with Chelsea, they set all the programmes alight, didn't they? They went round the club and smashed up the club place.
Yeah, smashed it all up.
Smashed it all up. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't understand it. I'm very sorry, of course, they may have got the wrong fellas, but they'd be cock-a-hoop these blokes have got off this hooligan
Yeah.
charge.
Yeah.
They're talking about suing the Scotland
police
Yard.
now.
Yeah.
When you saw them being interviewed on the telly last
Oh,
night,
yeah,
they're just
very.
like typical football thugs.
My wife said I wouldn't give them viewing time.
No.
No.
Oh, it's different what it is. As I say, although it's all different, it's all mine and that, I still can't help having the love for football. I mean, it's about then, as I say, my eyesight's not so good now, and I always, the paper, I always go straight to the sports page of it.
Right. So do I now.
I said, what's the news? I said, I haven't looked at the front. What's the headline? I said, I don't know.
Don't even worry about politics now.
Oh, goodness me, no.
Well, when you see a good game, I mean, you can see so many duff games, but when you see one good one, it just makes up for it all, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I suppose we'll see a few on the telly with this European Cup business, won't we?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see about that. So England can actually do anything this time. The first time since '66, yeah.
It'd be a shame to see someone else at Liverpool on the box, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That would have turned up for the book,
That was
wasn't
great,
it?
that
Wimbledon,
was.
eh?
Yeah.
I listened to the first half on the radio and I watched the second half on the telly.
Pretty good, so
when he saved that penalty, I was cock-a-hoop.
Yeah.
Because it was justice anyway, it should never have been a
No,
penalty.
it shouldn't have been. What's the outside?
Well, you could see it quite clearly. He was trying to push the ball back.
He
to
took the
goalkeeper,
ball.
wasn't
Well, he did take the ball back and the bloke just tumbled over his legs.
Yeah, that's right.
It was a good clean take.
Still, with a ref like he's got to be on the spot, and he
Oh,
might
yeah,
be
difficult.
covered and not actually see it, and he can only give what he sees, isn't he?
Mm. But the Chelsea match, the Charlton-Chelsea match, there were so many bad decisions.
So she, she
Terrible decisions.
Yeah.
And then he was going around with his eyes shut half the time as well.
Yeah, I saw one report, the amazing part about it, there's only 2 men booked.
Yeah, that's right.
They should have had a stronger referee for that game. I mean,
We needed someone who could be really control that game because
it was obvious to the league that it was going to be a needle match. I mean, I thought they would have had somebody.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose you'd be assigned the game at the beginning of the season. They had to stay. I don't know.
I really don't know. But I mean, the pressure was just on them, and there was a big crowd there, 34,000 odd.
Mm-hmm.
And they were very making a lot of noise. And the players were doing just the same on the pitch. But neither.
Remember old Sammy Langford? Percy?
Yeah.
No, his name wasn't Sammy, was it?
Not
Sammy.
Langford.
No, his name wasn't actually Sammy.
Wasn't
He
it?
was called Sammy.
Oh, it was always called Sammy. I don't know what his name. I don't know what his name was. Oh, no, it was Sammy Langford.
Do you remember Lyndon?
Arthur. It was Arthur.
Goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper. He was manager as well for a bit,
A
wasn't he?
little while, wasn't he?
Well,
Yeah.
that's great big fat
Fat,
bloke, wasn't he?
yeah. Took up all the goal.
Yes, huge.
He did.
He
took.
was a huge.
Yeah. He
Really
took up,
fat. He really
He
was.
came from Wales somewhere.
Murder.
That's right.
Yes, he was in that team that you were. I got about 8 of them right.
That's
Not
right.
if I can remember them like that.
Yeah.
No, I can't remember. I can if anybody mentions it, yeah, it comes back to you, but
Remember old Jack Pugsley
Pugsley, yeah.
and Patterson?
He was a bruiser, old Pugsley, wasn't
Pugsley
he?
was, yeah.
Oh,
suited
yeah,
him,
proper
yeah.
bruiser.
Yeah.
Norman Smith and Herod.
They were the best two backs in the
They
third
were-
division.
They
They were.
two great backers. Norman Smith particularly.
Yeah.
Baden Herod was a good one too. He was of German descent, wasn't he? That's where he got his name, Baden.
Smith was the shorter of the
Short,
two,
yeah.
wasn't he?
Oh, he's only a little fella. Do you remember him playing centre forward a few games?
Yeah, he did. Then he,
Yeah.
first game he played, he scored 2 goals. Or
Yes,
something,
that's
didn't
right. And then another game I saw him playing, and he made 2 great saves. He didn't apparently didn't head the ball out. He forgot his playing centre forward. Ball
He
came
used to
in,
take the
headed it away.
I remember
I
him
said,
playing
God,
centre forward.
big man, you're...
He used to take the penalty kicks, didn't he?
Yeah.
Norman Smith, if I remember right.
Yes,
When
he
I
used
was
to
a lad.
take penalty kicks.
Nice wavy hair he had.
Black.
Yeah,
Very black.
Black
Yeah.
white hair.
Black wavy hair.
No
Dark
size, though, was he? If he,
No.
he wanted another colour for
Dark
40, he'd have
skin.
been-
Had another dark skinned black bloke. His name, I think his name was Morden.
Mordy.
Mordy.
Mordy, yeah.
Mordy.
I don't remember his
M-O-R-D-Y. He was a dark skin. I don't know where he came from. He wasn't English, but what
He was
might have been
Maltese,
called.
I believe.
Was he? Yeah, he seemed that
Something,
sort of colour of
Yeah.
skin.
I suppose you were there when the fence gave way.
No, I wasn't.
Wasn't you there?
No, that was a bit before my time. I was only a youngster at the time. My grandfather was there. Because he always maintained that... were you there?
Yeah?
Well, he always maintained that Goodman put the ball in the net as the
Well,
fence gave way.
Yes, they, a lot of them say that, but I wouldn't argue because, I mean, it happened so quickly that, you know, you sort of perhaps look at the crowd falling, you didn't look at the goal.
That's right.
You know,
Yeah,
because the
look
crowd were all falling forward onto the pitch line, you know, and you sort of glance there. I didn't glance at the goal to see whether the ball actually went in. But a lot of people argued that it did. That was against Bolton, wasn't it?
Bolton won. Bolton went on to win the
World
cup
Cup.
because they had all the trouble at Wembley the same year. It was funny though.
Yeah.
They played West Ham, didn't they?
Blame Percy for that. He
I
was there.
read now. That's
You
the
went
only
there?
game I've ever been to Wembley.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
I had a chance when I worked in Liverpool to get tickets. I've never had a chance when I've been in London to get tickets.
No.
Because up there, it seemed that all the dark clubs could get hold of the
Yeah.
tickets.
All the wrong people get the
Yes, you know.
Cat fun, not the real supporters.
No, the people who never go to football
No.
are all there. You look at that bloody box with the prime ministers in
Oh,
and
yeah,
all the
yeah,
other
yeah,
people,
yeah.
they never go to a football match.
And the visiting cricket team, whoever's coming over to play
That's
cricket,
right,
they're
they all
all there.
get-
If
yes.
it's New Zealand, I mean, what the hell do they know about?
And the poor old
football?
supporter that
Follow them all
Yeah.
to see them.
is outside
that
paying
was-
£20 for a ticket and being done.
There was that trouble
Yeah.
done with Wimbledon this year, wasn't there? They were saying their allocation was misused.
Used.
Yeah.
Bit of crookedness going on somewhere.
Of course, if the players can get hold of a few tickets, I suppose
So-
it's like everybody else, they'll make a pound or two, won't it?
Of course.
But last Saturday, I didn't want either of them really to win the cup. I don't like Wimbledon's style of play. I think they're a nasty crowd.
I thought they
They must have altered it.
they proved their critics a little bit wrong though on Saturday.
Yes, I agree.
They weren't playing too nastily, and
No.
they did a very good job just closing Liverpool down
Yeah.
and just not giving them the
And
lead.
I didn't want Liverpool to win. Although, to be honest, on Saturday I thought I'd like to see Liverpool thump Wimbledon, you know.
Well, see now because you'll have the cup winners playing the league champions. Well, that'll be Wimbledon.
But they
And
reckon
the
they're
Liverpool, the first
Yeah.
match of the season. You
Right.
see Liverpool give them a thumping.
I reckon
Yeah.
They reckon they're not going to let them play. No, I reckon, I don't know why,
I
but
don't
they
know why,
say
but I reckon that Wimbledon
Wimbledon won't be
And
playing.
actually, that was before the match was played, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it might have altered now. But
Oh, that might have been if Wimbledon lost, you mean?
No,
They wouldn't have
no.
let them play.
If Wimbledon had lost,
on their reputation, I think it was a
Reputation.
bit forward.
See, they would have
Crowd-wise.
they would have played because
Because it's a
Liverpool
charity match, isn't
Liverpool
it?
had won.
Yeah.
They would have been league champions, and so therefore they would have
Yeah.
played the cup finalist. But they won't.
And Liverpool played themselves,
they were
couldn't
saying for them on their reputation. They are a very intimidating side.
They're very hard, aren't they? It's very,
Very
physical.
hard.
Very, very physical.
Really, in the long run, it won't do Wimbledon any good having won the cup because when the season starts, there'll be clubs coming in for their
Everybody
best
want to
players.
beat them.
No, there'll be Beeson won't stop there. He'll get changed.
He'll be off. He's
Well, it's
Probably
only
centre forward, Fashion will go.
Yeah.
And Howe always said he's not stopping there, he's only stopping there in the meanwhile, and he's looking for a manager's job. And then when that happens, they'll be just back to square one again. It'll
Be
be,
like Charlton all
and, they,
week long.
and they don't get the gates to
No.
replace these players. They won't be able to pay £1 million for a player. I know they're going to get good transfer fees off of Beeson and the other chap, but
It soon goes, though, doesn't
and
it?
No, I said that they're not going to
this is unfortunate, really.
And the players. Not
If a
gonna
big
stop
club
them.
wins the FA Cup, then they go from strength to strength.
they reckon-
But it doesn't apply to a small club. I mean, you had clubs before, Luton, even Charlton, when they won the cup, they never really went anywhere after that.
And also, it gives so much for them to live up to as well. I mean, the
That's
pressure
right.
is just on them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a big club, it's okay, you can cope with the pressure because you're used to it. But
Yeah.
it's second nature.
Well,
But when you're a
yeah.
small club, to actually have to...
I hope old, what's his name, the winger, he's fit next year, Colin
Walsh.
Walsh, yeah, because he'd make a lot of difference. He was a key man.
They've
yeah,
done
at the
very well to
beginning.
be without him, he's a
Yeah.
key man.
They were lucky in respect that when he got injured, Walsh, that Mackenzie found a bit of form.
Yes, he did.
Mm.
They said McKenzie was playing great.
Yeah.
He's,
Right.
he last couple of games he was doing all right.
Mm.
He was shining out. You know. He was,
And Steve Gritch stood in for a while, and he
Mm,
played
yes,
quite
yeah.
well, but can't keep going on forever, I suppose.
I don't know why he didn't play against Chelsea in the last match. I don't know if he was
No,
injured or
whether
what.
he was injured or whether it was
Yeah.
just
He didn't play against
Played against Spurs.
Spurs, did he?
Yeah, played
He's
against Spurs.
played in every single position, including goalkeeper.
Yeah.
So it's a record, isn't it?
Have you ever tried to work out the best all-time team? Or there's just too many to choose
It's
from?
very difficult
It
to
would be.
best all time.
I think you must go for Bartram in goal.
Don Welsh, I suppose, must
Don
be
Welsh
included,
must be.
and,
Inside right, wasn't it?
yeah.
Inside right, or he could play centre
But
half
Yeah.
or wing
But
half.
then, because you've got to compare players like for
I
Manny
think I'd
with
put-
Dyer Ashley and Whitlow and them. So,
Whitlow,
you know,
yeah.
it was
Dias,
Dias.
a beautiful player.
Yeah, he was.
marvellous centre forward.
I think I'd put Vaughan centre forward, because Vaughan led the line well. He was
Yeah,
a marvellous
that's right.
distributor and anchored scorer.
Yeah.
He was as marvellous. Perhaps I'd play Stuart Leary inside.
Yeah, that's right. He was a good ball
He
player.
was a good, beautiful ball player with Leary.
I think she had a lot of insight.
Would you put Huey at back?
No,
No.
no, I wouldn't.
No.
Even though he played all them games for Scotland, I wouldn't
no,
put Huey at.
I don't think he was. No,
he wasn't a good enough footballer. He was all right belting the ball up the field. He made
I
that
think Jimmy
mistake.
Oakes was I'd put it
You'd
back.
have to think
But he was a great
Oakes
player
and
of
Locke and
Oakes and Locke, I think. Locke
players,
was
some-
Smith or Errod?
And then you've got to go right back to comparing Smith and Herod and players like that.
Yeah. And there was Johnny Rankin, do you remember?
Rankin,
Johnny?
yeah.
Johnny Rankin.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what
But
was the
he
one
used
the
to
other way?
seem to
Dave-
stroll about, old Rankin.
Oh,
He
yeah.
never seemed to,
Never
you
seemed
know,
to hurry.
put it in a hurry. He seemed to always stroll.
And McRae, do you remember
Yeah,
McRae?
he was brilliant, wasn't he?
He was a lovely
Scottish fella.
Gosh. Scotsman.
Oh yes, it'd be very difficult. You'd have a job.
Might have had some good players
It
later
would
on.
vary immensely if you sent a circle around to everybody who could remember.
Oh, yes.
And ask them to send in.
If you've got hundreds to choose from, you've got to pick
Yeah,
your
that's
level.
right.
Yes.
And it would
Or
be
two subs
difficult
as well.
to debate which one was the best.
You know, I mean, perhaps on his record, I mean, you got Ray Crawford play for him a little while.
That's
because
right.
he played for
Come
England.
from
Come from
Ipswich.
Ipswich.
didn't he?
Yeah.
I seen him score a
Yeah,
brilliant goal.
yeah, Cliff Holt. I mean, they were good centre forward.
Well,
in
I
their
mean,
time, and not.
What about the chap, the Simonson?
Oh yes, he
You
was
couldn't
a
leave him
beauty.
out.
No, he was.
I mean, if they'd have had him in this team this season at the end, I mean, I think.
I'm trying to think of a little outsider. I can't think of his name.
Fell?
No, not Fell. He came from Manchester City, I think. Was it Bell? No, not Bell. Outside right.
Outside right.
Well, they
Cannon,
outside
he
right.
played there with Hughie Gregg and Tracy.
Because they had Hurst at them time. Hurst was a winger.
The bald-headed
And
bloke.
they had, before that, they had Wilkinson on the wing.
Monty Wilkinson,
Monty
yeah.
Wilkinson. And then
Wiper before
Wiper.
that.
Bolter played on the wing sometimes inside. They had the two bolters.
Of course, they had Brown
Les
played
Bolter.
on outside left for some
And
time.
I mean, there's
before
another bloke
he
who
became
became
inside.
with
Albert
with
Brown. I forgot Albert
Yeah,
Brown.
Brown, yeah.
He was a good ball player.
Yeah.
Sailor Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sailor Brown.
Mm.
Or he could distribute the ball, couldn't he?
Oh.
Hobbits,
Oh,
would
yeah.
Hobbits be in there?
Obvious, well,
No, I don't know.
It'd be
He was-
debatable between players like that, Hobbits and
Because Kenning was another good forward. He
Kenning,
came
Glover, Len
back
Glover.
again. Len Glover.
Oh, Glover.
yes, it would be have an argument on your hands. I mean, they had so many good centre halves in my opinion. I mean,
Yeah.
they had Afton and
Afton.
they had Oakes and Pugsley and Welsh even played centre
Centre
half.
half, he was
The only one that sure
I
was
remember,
on sale.
I remember Welsh playing centre half against Alf Young.
Oh,
Do you
yes,
remember him?
the Scots big fella.
The Huddersfield,
Yeah.
centre forward. Of course, every time up the field it was a foul either way. They thought it was a ding-dong punt after, and one time be a foul against Welsh, next time around it was a foul against Young.
Oh, Welsh never did nothing, did he, when he left Charlton?
No,
Yeah,
didn't
Nothing at all. Went to Liverpool.
He was a good
didn't
servant, though.
When he was a manager, oh yeah, he was good.
he? Let himself down in the end.
Yeah.
He was with him quite a long time, wasn't he? Over 10
He
years.
was.
Oh yes, he was
10, 15 years.
Oh, yes, he was good at job.
Played in for England in 3 different positions, which is not done these days. I think he holds a record for it.
Yeah. Cakey Welsh, Georgie Green's called him, didn't
Eh?
he? Cakey Welsh.
Cake.
That's what they used to call him.
Did they?
Navy cake.
There's Bert Johnson, he was a nice wing half. He played for England.
England, yeah.
Bert Johnson.
So did he. What's his name was a good centre half? Smith.
Now, I tell you a bloke, I said,
What
well,
was
do you
his
remember
first
Young? It came from one of the top thin fella, Young. Played a halfback, he was made captain. And
It didn't come from
came from Manchester City.
with the other fella. There 2 chaps came from first division.
And then there was King, Ian King, came from Leicester.
That's what I was trying to think of Leicester. They had a chap.
And Young, halfback. Do you remember him, Young?
There was 3 came from Leicester, and the other one left and went as a manager. I think he's still manager of Appleton. Colin Appleton.
Colin Appleton, yes.
He's a
Who
manager.
was the longest serving captain?
For Charlton?
They never seemed to have one for years
No,
and years,
that's
did
right.
they? Oakes, was he captain at one time?
Benny Fenton was a
Benny
long time.
Fenton was a...
He was a good captain.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
And I
Yeah,
thought,
good
when I heard
footballer.
him made captain, I thought he used to be a right clown.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
thought,
But when he was
made
captain,
friends,
he done
made
well,
me-
didn't
but
he?
he made
That's
a
what
mark.
Charlie Rebel was
funny.
saying about him, because Charlie Rebel was captain for a little while.
Yeah.
Was he?
Was
and
he?
He was injured,
Mm.
and Charlie was talking to CD about who to make captain. I went through all these names. I thought, no, I can't have him. In the end, the only name they had left was Benny Fenton. And Benny Fenton was always late. He never got to the ground on time for training. He said, sorry boss, the tunnel was full, he was coming from north of the river. And then as soon as he was made captain, he was in at 8 o'clock every morning, and Jimmy Trott used to get really fed up with it, because it'd be Fenton and Jimmy Seed in the office together, sort of heads down together, and so that Jimmy Trott
Because
would
he
come in
liked
a
to
bit
be in
late.
charge, Fenton, even when he wasn't captain.
Yeah, Marnie made a great captain. There's so
Yeah.
much drive about
He
him.
did, didn't he? And he
Couldn't
always,
he was a worker, Benny was. Had a good shot on him too.
He'd be the sort of chap to get down here, really, wouldn't he, old Benny?
Oh, Benny Fenton.
Well, he was there.
He plays
second.
bowls a lot now.
Does he?
Yeah, he plays bowls quite international class.
Mm.
He's not in the area though, is he?
I don't know where. I think he must be.
I think he must be.
Yeah.
You know, he do a lot. He'd be
See if I can get, because I haven't heard anyone mention about where he is or anything. So
I'm not sure, but I know he's playing.
I think he must be in the area.
He's not
'cause
far away, I shouldn't think.
I know during the war
He was,
his wife worked in Ireland and Wolves.
He was.
Great character.
He was secretary, wasn't he, for down there for a time?
Commercial manager or something. Wasn't he?
Yeah,
for selling raffle tickets and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what he was. Commercial manager. Well, we had a commercial manager here, didn't we?
Sounds like a thankless task, that job.
Yeah.
He's the one who's got sort of all the sponsorship for every game and
Yeah.
all sorts of things. I don't think he's done too well so far,
And
by all accounts. No.
Who's that?
Steve Sutherland, their newest commercial
he
manager.
was, he was down
Johnny
here
Wild.
once.
Typical job.
Was he?
Yeah. He didn't strike me as a bloke who would really push it.
No, he didn't. I mean, nice
Oh
chap.
yeah,
Nice chap, friendly chap. And he's also it's nice as a Charlton enthusiast. He used to go down there when he was a kid.
You've got to have plenty of say and plenty of push in that sort of job.
But he gave up a really secure job to take that on. He was working
Did he?
in some bank in the city or something. He had a good job out there. And he
Yes,
gave
well-
that up for the risk of Johnny Charlton.
Yeah, not my cup of tea.
And then there was Frank Haydock,
Haydock.
centre half.
Yeah.
He was a good centre half, really hard. No, he was. He came from Manchester United, didn't he? About the third choice, I think, on that transfer.
Because the Arsenal assistant manager played back for the Irish, Foley.
Oh,
Theo Foley,
He,
yeah.
he was manager
And
for a while.
Seddon.
Yeah.
He was manager for a while.
Yeah.
And his son played for Charlton. His son plays for some other local
Yeah.
team now. Bromley, I think, is that? He went and moved around. He went to Millwall. Yeah, Foley, he's Irish.
I wonder whether Millwall would draw more crowd now.
Well, it's
For this reason.
Well, they can't hold that many down there.
Yeah, they're gonna,
Was it
it's gonna
15,000 is about as much as they can
They
get?
formed their ground at the old limit of 25,000, I think it is.
Have they?
That's right.
Not many.
That'd do Charlton 25,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope they come back to the valley.
Yes, it won't be the same if they get anywhere else.
The thing is,
Do
when
you
they do, when they,
remember them going to Catford?
Oh, God. That was a disaster.
That was a disaster, wasn't it?
did you ever go and watch them play down there, John?
I think
No, I didn't go to watch.
I don't even know where the ground was.
No,
They
I
went to
don't.
Catford twice.
Did you?
No, I say they Charlton went to Catford twice on two different grounds.
Oh, did they? I didn't know.
Well, because the chap, he remembers him quite well. My brother's father-in-law that died, unfortunately. They played the back of where he lived, Mansfield Park,
Mansfield
up at
Park.
Brown Hill Road,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they played, which is now the Catford Dog Track.
Oh,
Did
there.
they
did
play
they?
there for a
Yeah.
while. But for how long? I think it was only a short period, and
Yeah.
they moved on because things didn't work out.
Yeah, I think if
They
they go away from
definitely
Charlton,
played
they're doomed. They've got to
to
come back to Charlton.
Half an hour.
Mustn't keep my chauffeur waiting.
I want to go
very
to
busy
quarter
this
till
morning.
go meet the missus.
Yes, I couldn't get it for till 10 o'clock. Then we had to pick somebody else up. She was saying they're very busy this morning.
Because Archie, I've got a cut
It
in
was on the
paper,
Marshes,
but I
wasn't
can't
it?
find it.
More to Albadere way, I always thought.
Because apparently, the part of the what's name is still there, the
Terracing.
terracing
Terracing.
in the woman's garden, and they local paper took a photograph of it with a woman standing on which was remains of the terracing, and I can't find it. I've got it somewhere at home.
Strange having that in your garden.
Mm.
Still, there's a team that went
Woolwich,
away
but
from
I can't-
Woolwich and did well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Did they?
Moved away from Gunners.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they called it Gunners, wasn't it? Because they were the Arsenal.
Of course,
Yeah,
they
the only
they
team never been
originated.
out since it was formed out.
They've never been out of the league, have they?
Out of the first division.
No.
They've never been out of the first
No,
division.
no, they started and well,
Guys-
once they got up in first division, they never.
That book of yours a couple of weeks ago, John, I was looking at their record for the 1930s. And it's
Oh, it's
unbelievable. Sort of league
Oh,
champions
yeah,
and
yeah.
cup winners.
Mind you, I don't know if you noticed it, or I can remember when I was a youngster that Huddersfield winning the title 3 years running.
Huddersfield.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Well, there's teams down here, Preston.
Preston North End, Proud Preston.
Top, yeah,
they went
top
through
of
the
league.
season without a defeat, didn't they?
You forget these teams, I mean, Brentford
Huddersfield
was
and
in the first
Jackson.
division.
It was our sole name, wasn't he?
Alec Jackson.
Alec
yeah.
Jackson.
Oh yeah, teams you soon forget they've been in the first division.
But it wasn't that long ago that they plummeted, because I can remember when I was young, it's been early 70s, they went from the first to the fourth.
Who was that?
Huddersfield.
Yeah.
All the way down in
That's right.
consecutive seasons.
Well, Wolves done it, didn't they?
Yeah,
Wolves done
They
it,
come
yeah.
out paying that.
Wolves the first one to get into Europe, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean when they started the European Cup and it was televised, Wolves was always a team that
Yeah.
qualified.
It's like they're saying the last couple of weeks has been like a revival of some of the oldest clubs. You've got Middlesbrough, Ayresome Park, and Wolves, Molineux, both packing out for the first time in donkey's years, which is well, it's lovely to see.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely to see. I mean, it's a shame when these old clubs do disappear.
But the amazing part of the thing is football. So look at the 1,000 were out at Wimbledon on Sunday.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
They never get more than that, do they?
It's going to about 4 or 5 or 6,000. There was 20,000 out there.
The team
One where all the
couldn't even sell all their tickets
They
for
used
the
to
Cup
go to
semi-final.
Charlton. I mean, to be a regular 30,000 average gate down
Yeah.
there.
More.
Oh yes, more, probably more than that.
In one for about 10
Oh,
years, there was more
but
than
I mean,
40,000 going down.
ordinary a game. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
ordinary,
right.
when you get Villa come down there and Newcastle
Oh yes, you
and
don't.
Arsenal
Manchester
was
United,
60 odd thousand.
But don't you think the price has killed it a bit?
Oh, it's a bit
Yeah, they
much,
went up too
right.
quick, didn't they?
And fares too. My son was saying that the take is to go over to Selhurst Park. Time you paid to go in and bought a programme and your petrol and
Yeah.
you haven't got much change out of a tenner.
No.
Yeah.
I was saying, like, when we used to go, like you used to go, and the same crowd stood behind you, there was always, with us, a man, a wife, and 2 boys.
Yeah.
Like, now, what would it cost them to go
That's
to a
right,
football
yeah.
match
That
today?
cost them half a crown, wouldn't it? Shilling each and 6 for the
In
boy.
them days, yeah, but
Yeah.
what would it cost them now?
Goodness.
Yeah.
They could never do it.
Couldn't do it on 20.
No, they couldn't do it. Not.
No, it's,
I suppose them 2 boys have grown up now and be able to pay their own, but they wouldn't have been able to do it otherwise.
see, it remained the same price for years and years, didn't it? About 1 and 6pence to go in. wasn't
Yeah.
it? So, before the war.
It's making me laugh. I shouldn't laugh really. There was always a couple down there, the same couple every week, like, you know. And I remember when it went up, and I remember her words to him. She said, "It goes up any bloody more." She said, "You won't come here." Yeah, I remember that. Well, it goes up any more. She said, "You won't bloody well come here." And that was, it then got up to the price it is now. I don't know what it is actually,
Yeah,
3 or 4 quid, isn't it?
3.50,
Well, just in the
isn't it?
3 seasons that
£4.
they've been down at Selhurst, it's already gone up a quid there. It was 3 quid when they first went over there for the standing.
Has it?
It's now 4 quid.
When standing at 4 quid, is
It's
it?
4
Yeah,
quid,
it's 4 quid.
standard price. If you're a member of the clubs, you might get in for 3.50. You know, but you've got to pay a membership fee and all the rest
And
of
all
it.
that, yeah.
And you get to stand at the Sainsbury's car park.
No,
There's never anyone standing there.
no, I think the price has killed a
We're
lot.
getting, old age pensions getting for £2.50, I think, still. They can.
Really?
Well, yeah.
But even kids, they only get
Yeah, they
reduced
only
admission if they're members of the junior Reds.
Mm.
So they've got to
Right.
pay their 10 quid or whatever it is a year subscription, then they get in for half price.
A lot of these games, you know, they're not half price because more young I think you're going to pay full price and you're going to get a season ticket. It's talking about getting a season ticket. But he's been going to the junior red, and he said when he goes away, he's had to pay full price. There's no reduction for children.
Yeah.
For boys.
Well, the season ticket's not actually that bad. I mean, for a standing ticket, season ticket, it's 50 quid. Which, when you think you
Yeah,
pay
you
four,
see
you pay 4 quid a
It's
match.
only about a couple of quid a match, isn't it?
Yeah,
roughly?
it works out. And if they have a good run
Yeah,
at the
that's
cup and all the rest of
yeah.
it, and if they're in the playoffs as
Oh,
well, you
yeah.
get value for
Usually-
money.
Even with a season
That's
ticket,
why I was
you
thinking
pay
of
for cup
going next
matches.
year.
You
don't
have
you?
to pay, they
Oh,
don't,
yeah.
you can't go.
Because you don't get cup matches under
you
season
At
ticket.
least you get a
Uh,
season
that's
ticket.
extra.
There's a catch.
Yeah.
And they're cutting down the number of matches they're playing as well. you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if they make any signings.
Well, I think they.
I don't know. I
He
mean,
seems to settle down.
He's got a youngish.
He hasn't got any real problems.
No, he's got a youngish squad there, and there's
He's got
provided
Colin
he
Walsh
can
to
keep
come
them all. I
back.
mean, when the contracts come out, perhaps some of them won't want to.
You've got Colin Walsh to come back.
But there must be a certain amount of
There's Pete
good team
on
spirit
the
there at the
other
moment.
side.
Because
Yeah.
Lenny's,
Yeah, that's
Lenny's
right.
very popular, and they've fought off relegation yet again. So they've got that that can hold
And
them
that's
together.
in
a
there,
little bit.
you know, I mean,
It's
it's not good for the old heart, is it?
got no
There was
youngsters.
an article in the Express, and I forget who wrote it, and it said, don't talk about giving Dalgleish a medal. You want to give it to Lawrence of Charlton.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you-
He's done
yes,
well.
did
He's
you?
marvellous, I think, from what he's been through
Yeah,
since he
he
took
said,
over.
don't worry
He
about
must have-
that.
I mean, look
couple
at
of
the
seasons.
He must have so many near heart attacks.
I don't know whether they were going to exist.
But it
Might be
marvellous,
he's
and
probably
they
aged
actually-
20 years.
Yeah,
They
that's
won
in the
league.
first 8.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. And then they went up the season after.
Yes, and I mean, there was touch and go whether they pack out, there was terrible trauma.
He
off-
went
off
through
the-
all that
off the-
where they
but the
had to
team was
attend the
doing
FA
very
to
well.
find out whether they were going to
Very
be closed
well.
down because they couldn't. He went through all that.
Yeah, he went, yeah.
Because they were 10 minutes from
Yeah, they were
annihilation.
some
weren't they?
Yeah.
minutes, yeah.
Something, yes.
Still, I think he'd have got another job. I don't think he'd have been
Oh,
out
well,
by manager very long.
It must be.
But I think even if they had gone down that season, I think they would have stood by him because seems to be a lot of loyalty to him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yes,
yeah. Well, I was reading, no, I don't know if you want those, but it was about, you know, prior to the Chelsea game, and saying twice last year he was offered and he turned them down.
But he signed it, didn't he?
He signed the contract, but they offered him a contract and he
That's
wouldn't
right. He
sign
didn't have
it.
a contract
He
at
didn't
first,
have a
did
contract.
he?
He wouldn't
But he
sign it.
got
See,
2 years, didn't he? Signed
Yeah.
2 years, and he.
See, a lot depends on the directors and management because even Sundays now are sort of touch and go whether they're going
Gonna
to carry
go,
on. You see?
Well, he wasn't much of a bloody director that come here.
No, well, he
Well,
was.
he was more of a plant.
He was the representative of Greenwich Borough Council
Was
When
that
they
what he
gave
was?
concerning the money and the.
Because
business
the
between
council
Charlton
gave the
and
club
council.
£50,000 in 1994.
But to me, he didn't have much.
He didn't have
was
no
quite
idea
anything,
because
wasn't
I walked up to the bus stop with him and I said to him, "Have you been over to the training ground?" He said, "Where's that?"
Yeah.
Well, for a chap like his position,
Yeah.
he didn't know where the
Training
training ground.
ground.
Because I used to go over there regular when
But
they.
Langs must have come into it now, but didn't Langs, the building?
Yeah,
Because
whether they will or not, at the moment they're nothing to do with the club. They're only buying the ground, aren't they? Part
Yeah,
of the ground.
they bought the ground.
So whether they might step in and.
But they've taken a gamble there as well because they've bought this site and there's no guarantee that they can put any development on there
Not
at
at the
all.
moment, no, it
If
depends
the council turns it down, and they've more or less wasted their
Yeah, but
money.
if they agree to build the ground, you know, say for 20,000, 25, I think there'd be room for development.
Oh, there are
Round.
loads of room.
Yeah,
I mean there
that's
is.
right.
Oh,
Sure.
It's a big
Oh
site.
yeah,
look at
because they
look
were
at the
only going to
distance you
build
walk
about 20.
when you get in the
25,000.
ground.
Just that car park,
Floyd
just
Road,
the
I mean,
car park down
the
there.
distance you have to walk before you get to the actual terracing.
I don't know whether you remember, do you ever remember them talking about turning the ground round?
Oh yes, yes,
From,
right.
you
I've
know,
been talking about that for
having-
They
years.
might even
Yes.
do that when they. If there was
Yeah,
some
well, I wonder
reason
whether
why.
they'd do that.
I can't see the reason why they're going to do it, but they said they were. Nearly.
Well,
come
they
about,
give them
didn't
more room for developing, that's
they?
what
Oh,
I've
I
been
see.
told.
That's the way they would do it.
Yeah,
They sort of squeeze it into a corner.
yeah, so it'd be so.
Because they sold quite a bit of it, even when
Well,
they built
that
that
back,
stand
didn't
behind
they?
the goal.
Yeah.
They had all the big terrace in there. They sold half of that, didn't
That's
they? To
right.
back to somebody, the council or someone. They built flats at the back.
And you've got
They sold all that.
Yeah, and didn't they build that ground? I always say they look like Norwegian houses, very funny shaped houses up the Sandalen's entrance.
That's right. They built that.
I think that was their ground at one time.
Yeah, it was at the back.
Yeah.
Because they built a house up there for the manager Trotter. He had a house up
Oh, yes, yeah,
Jimmy
but I
Trotter.
think that was an old house, been there a long time. By chance laundry. You
Yeah,
know,
that's right, it's
they've
been
got
laundry at the back.
Laundry at the back.
Well, we'll see. Maybe we'll hear some more during the close season.
Well, they want to hear something, don't they? I mean, they want to keep talking while they're talking, you know, perhaps there's something being done.
Yeah, but it seems to have
Dropped
gone very
right away,
quiet,
doesn't it?
Very quiet at the moment.
Yeah. Well, it was quiet before this
Yeah.
ground was bought, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it come up again.
Yeah.
And what about this fund they've got? There must be a few quid in that
Yeah,
there.
that's right. They had that for bringing
There's
them
some
back,
town.
didn't they?
In Mercury. The Mercury
Yeah,
Fund.
Mercury had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, must be a few pound knocking about. I suppose you'll be down there pulling up the weeds along with me. Hey?
No, I think those days are gone, unfortunately.
Yeah, so do I.
Both of my sons worked down there during various times during their holidays. They got actually old Billy Bond still speaks to him every season, but he's over Elton Way.
That's right.
He was there working with Billy Bond. I don't know, doing odd jobs and that.
You don't want to have nothing to do with Charlton.
Your Billy Bond.
Billy Bonds.
No.
He's cut it out of his life
Has he really?
Since they
Yeah.
moved.
since they moved.
If
Yeah.
they moved back there, will he?
Yeah. Somebody spoke to him and he said, I don't want to
Because he
know.
was a local lad, wasn't he?
I often thought he'd come back there.
I did.
Yeah.
I thought whenever right in the doldrums,
I
my son said the bloke they want down there, Billy Bonds, he
Yeah.
put some drive into them.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted, to my mind. Somebody figure in the what's the dominant.
Yeah, that's right.
Drive them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they haven't had
It'll make a
anybody,
good
have they?
captain, you know. Midfield,
Another
The only
midfield
player who had
player.
a gift for doing it is
Another
players like
Benny
Bennett
Fenton,
and
another
Graham
Benny
Moore
Fenton.
even
Somebody
Graham
like
Moore.
that.
drove them on, and
Yeah.
they say Billy Bonds would have been ideal.
Right, I think
It's
so.
amazing. I mean, he's amazing. He's been playing as well last season as he has ever has done.
Yeah.
He's what 41 now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Must be
In top, in first, top class football, first division.
He'll get a
football.
trainer's job, I suppose, something like that.
Yeah, probably will.
If he ever gives up playing. He hasn't said he's going to retire,
Oh,
has he?
I've seen him standing down at Charlton on the when they've had a midweek game. Billy
Oh,
Bonds
really?
used to go down there. And
Oh
watch
yes,
them.
he
used
stood.
to go
I stood
there.
next to him and his father. His
Yeah.
father was a shortish bloke.
That's
Like
right.
you know, I should imagine he's passed on. I don't know.
No, he hasn't.
And he-
Because funny thing, my wife, not this time, she went yesterday, but I think the last time she went to the chiropodist, you know that
Oh,
one in Kidbrook,
What,
Kidbrook,
Ferrier Estate?
Ferrier Estate.
I used to go
she,
there.
well,